Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Eternal Evolution Podcast, second episode. This is Abby here with Rachel, and I'm so excited to get into this episode today. We've got a full agenda, and hand it over to Rachel to get us started. We'll go with some housekeeping stuff from the last podcast that we didn't get into everything, and that'll kind of be how we always start podcasts is you'll start to know that whatever we talk about, there's always more to it and we'll remember it and more things will come out as the days go on. So we'll always start with some housekeeping stuff, and then dive into today's topic.
Thank you, Abby. Welcome back, you guys. So we're gonna do 3 podcast episodes a week, which kind of sounds crazy, and like the fact that we're even showing up and doing this today, like super proud of us, super excited to share what we have in store for you guys today. So as far as housekeeping, last episode, it's funny, we always like get together before and do like a little brainstorm before like we do this. And the one thing I wanted to actually freaking talk about wasn't anything that I talked about in the podcast last episode. So just want to bring that up again this episode. I have talked to many people about entrepreneurship and starting a business and what you should or shouldn't be doing when it comes to preparing. A lot of people, and when I say this, I'm not saying like, oh, go quit your jobs and become an entrepreneur. Definitely don't do that. Like, obviously, build up to where you want to be. And like we mentioned last episode, like, don't come from a place of fear and like know that like what you're doing right now, and as you continue to go and prepare, have fun with it, and just kind of like relax into it and know that you're doing everything that you can right now to prepare for whatever you want to pretty much get you back to a place. I want to like, a lot of people are like prepare for war, and then there's a lot of people that say we're already in the war, and then it's like energetic and physical, and there's a whole bunch of stuff on that. And the work that we've been doing, it really comes back to like preparing for the future and preparing for leaving your legacy and what you are wanting to bring into this world. And so part of that preparation is stepping into who you have always been and who you are meant to be and embody moving forward. And part of that, a huge part of that for whoever listens to this, is a like I don't know how to like word it, but you're just so massively important to humanity and just the world in itself to bring healing and shifts to the collective and globally.
Mm-hmm.
We rewrite history and change evolution, and that is a huge part of why we are stepping in to doing this. So I've shared with some people that like the best way I can describe it is back in 2020 when we had COVID and everyone was at home, everyone kind of did different things. Like I remember saving some of my money and then like buying a shit ton of camping stuff and going on like solo camping trips and like doing my own thing and just traveling, while other people like pivoted and like started businesses, or families would get on line and on TikTok and just kind of start making funny videos, and then they just massively like blew up from there. And so that's like a huge part of it, is like starting a business obviously gives you time, location, and financial freedom. So for whatever is meant to happen or whatever does happen, you can create that through entrepreneurship and starting your own business. Um, I do want to put emphasis on, like, I know a lot of people will see like a lot of business courses out there of like, oh yeah, you want time, location, financial freedom, like come and work with me and like quit your job and like you can have a business in 6 weeks. Well, not saying that that can't happen. It's just like, let's just be realistic about it and make sure you are prepared so you're not just quitting your job and not like having anything to move forward in. Um, Abby, I don't know why you need to hear this as well. But I'm like talking and I'm like, wait, isn't that what we both did? So, so learn from us, and like obviously like we're good and we're taken care of and like we have things figured out, but there are a lot of people that do have safety and security in their jobs, and I have met a lot of people that have quit their jobs to be a full-time entrepreneur and then have to come back and work double what they thought they would have to, as well as trying to be an entrepreneur because they weren't able to go back to the previous job. So we never want to put out there to like quit and like leave things behind. Just know your resources and go from there. Um, so just kind of wanted to mention that as for preparation, like that is um, what's coming through is when it comes to what could happen. I know there's like a lot of like urgency. I know there's a lot of fear. I know there's a lot of like, well, what the fuck is gonna happen? When is it gonna fucking happen? And why can't people give us like a definitive answer? So to explain that to you guys, the reason why is like if you look at time as something that does not exist and you expand beyond just the physical 3D reality that we have or are in right now, and think of that there's, without getting into it, like just think of different dimensions, different timelines, different realities, different like um parallels. It's all happening at once. So in each of that are all different possibilities, like an infinite amount of possibilities. So we have no clue what is physically going to land in this 3D reality and what we are going to see in front of us. Best thing we can do is lean into it and prepare for it. And I just hear like we need to have fun with it. Like it's not going to be fun, like we've mentioned, and it's not going to necessarily like be the happiest of days, but at the same time it's also like we also need to hold the duality of being able to have fun and laugh and find the joy in things so we can get through whatever we go through. So when it comes to entrepreneurship and starting a business, it's kind of like looking at it from a perspective of what's the legacy you want to create, what's the legacy you want to build for you and your family and your lineage and for the future, and how do you want to rewrite history, how do you want to bring evolution into physical form, just kind of stuff like that. And I want to say fun stuff like that, and then I can just hear someone like, that's some big shit. So yes, it's big shit, and it doesn't have to be something you have to figure out today by any means, but definitely. Abby, can you hear me? Uh-oh. Abby's frozen. Can you hear me? Oh no. Welcome back. I'm like, I don't know what got on the record or not.
It's still going, but
Okay.
it was you were saying how we still need to have fun, and then you're like, I can hear someone saying,
Okay. What was it? I hate when I say it and then I lose it. Um, oh, just kind of like how, did you hear the part about like legacy and creating legacy? And then I heard someone was like, well, that's not something light, like that's some big shit and stuff
yes.
on their own. Okay, so I just want to put emphasis on like it can be a day by day thing. Like it doesn't have to be like you have to figure out the world like today. And that's actually a huge thing on our list. That's the number one thing that we're going to talk about today. Not the number one thing, but that's what we're going to start with is urgency.
Mm.
Passive in the collective right now. I can feel it. Abby can feel it. Like, and so we're just gonna kind of debunk it. But just to finish up the housekeeping stuff, we we didn't add food on the last podcast, so we are going to add it on this podcast of where we're getting food from, like just what do you call them?
The red,
Yeah. Or can you
uh,
explain to people what you
what
mean?
it is.
Yeah.
So you can actually buy this at Costco. That's where we have bought some. And it's just a bucket of food that you just need water to create the food. The brand that's at Costco, you can also buy it online. It's called Ready Wise. And they have a bunch of different buckets of different types of things. So just go on there, see if anything appeals to you. But you can also go and buy rice or beans or anything like that that also resonates with you. What we like about this one is that it's really shelf stable, can last for a long time because like Rachel says, we don't know the exact timeline that any of this is going to drop. That's why we also want to encourage you to have fun with like, oh, what would you want during this time that would be good for you to enjoy. So we're not just eating oatmeal the whole time.
Also, I do recommend not getting the powdered eggs. Like, I
That's
just,
right.
I'm just getting like, if we could collectively and globally, like, not get powdered eggs, we would have a little more joy. But I'm getting like, get some chickens, and um,
Mhm.
we'll have to find some like, I'm just like seeing like they need a stove, like a little camping stove, just in case.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
I don't know, but we'll find one and put it on there. And then Starlink was the other one.
hmm Starlink. I want to look into a little bit more on if you want to buy just the straight roaming package or if you can buy like the just switch your internet now to Starlink and if that would consistently work if you have like a solar generator that could then power that the whole time. But my like feeling is that you would want to just go straight to the roaming package. You have any intel on that, Rachel?
I unfortunately, you guys, I do not know a lot about Starlink, so that's something we will have to go into. I would love to learn more about it. I personally don't know many people who have it, but I know
hmm
that a lot of people are switching to it. So yeah, I don't even know if I can get it where I'm at. So
Oh, right. Yes, you have to look up and see if like your neighborhood is something that could be covered. And then
and
if not, they have that like roaming where you could plug
um,
in anywhere.
apartment complexes, check with your office, like if they support that. They support Dish, so I would think that they would support Starlink and like having that out there, but just have to figure out the like specifics to that. Is what comes through for me.
And that's just like what we talked about the last episode, switching from like cell towers and going straight to satellite.
Yeah. Yep. And then the other thing for housekeeping was blue flames.
Blue flames. So if you've come from the community that Rachel and I came from, or you're in any community that talks about using blue flames for cord cutting or destroying anything in for dark force wise, um, just please stop using any blue flames only. If you add in at least like an orange or a white in there, then you can still move forward with using the blue flame. But when you use just a blue flame on its own, what's happening is it's taking some of your light and harming you as a whole. And that was just something really important that we wanted to mention last time that we didn't quite get in here.
Yeah, and to add on to that, if you use a blue flame, always use it with orange. White, I don't know why I always use white, but it's always come up for me when I've used blue and orange flames to clear dark forces or anything like that, or negative energies around you. If you guys are new to dark force clearings or anything like that. Um, as we are huge on freedom and creation here, um, you can ask your eternal self to give you like specific colors that will help clear you, that will help shield you, and stuff like that. So just because blue and orange and white work for me doesn't mean that those are the only colors that work for you or anything like that. I do, and even if you ask for what colors like will help clear you, doesn't mean it just has to be orange and blue.
Mm-hmm.
We'll use that as a flame and to kind of just blow shit up whenever we want, but um, you can always add colors or just get like a whole new set of colors. If you need help picking colors, you can find a color picker. I have a specific link for that that we'll add on the show notes as well. I'll write that down. And then also, if you guys could stop cord cutting,
Mm.
we would greatly appreciate it. When it comes to cord cutting, from my understanding, I haven't done like a huge deep dive into it, but from my understanding, when we are cord cutting, we are actually cutting, like, in the spiritual community, they always talk about your cord cutting your energy from other people and getting rid of it. When it comes to cord cutting, you're really cutting a part of your truth and a part of yourself and giving it to someone else. I can hear, well, how can we retrieve that energy back if we want to? Good question. That's a new one. Let's see. I'm just seeing that you can see like either a sphere or like a vault, and literally ask for all of your energy to return to you. And then you can like power wash it with white. I don't like gold and pink, but that's what wants to come through.
Oh, I was getting icy blue.
Let's do icy blue then. So power wash it with icy blue. Abby's the color queen, so I always go to her for colors. So when I'm like, that doesn't make sense, we don't like that. Pink and gold are used for archonic consciousness for source. So I can't remember if we mentioned it in the last, I mean, I think we talked about it, but source is archonic consciousness and it's very separate from eternal source, and a lot of people use pink and gold for that clearing, and so that just does not resonate with me. I don't use pink and gold as a mix in any capacity anymore. And I don't really use gold either. We use pink a lot, um, but gold, we'll use it in some things, but not really. And pink and gold we don't use together. um, So we can power wash all of that energy with an icy blue. I'm hearing the question of like, okay, well, what if any of their energy comes back? Can we send it back to them? So there is this misconception in the spiritual community where they will say like energy cannot be destroyed or created. It's just energy. I'm not saying that is not accurate. My body's like, yes, you are. But I know there's gonna be people that are gonna be like, science, well, that's not true. And so I'm just don't shoot the messenger. I'm just sharing with you guys what I've gotten, and what I do is pretty much like, I know everything can be transmuted to light, but I also know I need permission to transmute that to light. So if it is in my energy and if I do receive it and I do get it, like people, like you will say like, you take on other people's energy and they're like, well, send it back. And it's like, why would I send it back? Why can't I just transmute it? Well,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I do. I feel a lot better. I don't like sending sending it back. I have heard like don't send it back because people like because I used to do, well, can I just transmute it to love and light and then send it back to them? And then I always got a no, and it's probably because sometimes those people aren't ready to receive it or don't want to receive it. And so what I have always done is I will transmute it into light, and then I'll like visualize a sphere, and then I'll visualize like the eternity stomp and send healing back into the world, the collective, global, whatever you want to use, global, collective, world. I don't know why it always wants to come out separately. Like I understand it, but it's just sometimes like, why do we have to say it? But if you just, it's kind of funny. Like I just picture like a little stomping boot, and it like stomps in the center of the earth, and then I just see like light like ripple out and healing the earth. So when it comes to healing the earth, and I can hear the question of like, well, what are we healing the earth with or from? Um, so when we transmute the light, so you can power wash the energy with icy blue, and then extract all the energy that is not yours, and extract all the energy that is not light. Also add in all archonic consciousness. You don't have to fully understand it to remove it. It will remove it if you set the intent, and you will feel massively, massively better. You can also set the intent to remove necrovites. Um, I'm getting a note to go into necrovites, but just know it's like anything that's harming you in your water and your food, anything that like in TV news, anything that's harming you and your mental health or your body in any capacity is pretty much what a necrovite is, to lightly put it, or in the air. Um,
Too lightly put it.
yeah, we'll go with that. Um, so whenever we feel called to really dive into necrovites, we will go into that, but I am getting that we can share that. And then um, clear that, and then clear any oh, that's a good one. Okay, so any sacrifices or rituals that are put in the energy that is given back into this sphere or vault. If you see something else that you want to put this stuff into, that's fine as well. It doesn't have to be a sphere or a vault. That's just what we see. Don't just bring it back into your body yet until you do clear it. But you like if you someone I can see sees like has like a three-dimensional star that they want to put it in. You
Hmm,
like that's cool. Like
love that.
I wish mine was creative like that. So then you want to remove all rituals and sacrifices that are given to you, and turn off all the power sources to the rituals. And you can visualize these. Solhera like they're gonna freak out if you explain to them what a ritual or a sacrifice looks like. It's just, I mean, it's not good. What I can share with you, like for me, there's it's like a old film, like video camera that you like wheel, and then it like shines out on a projector. That's what most of my rituals that are like put on me look like. And then underneath it there will be like a box with like buttons on it, and then I just go and like click the buttons off. And then to extract, like, this is to extract any rituals from like the energy you're trying to get back. But when I remove it from my body, and you guys can do this as well, or when you guys are removing it from the energy that you're trying to get back, um, it's like the not the olden days, but like or back in the day. Someone's gonna be like, I'm not old. I know you're not old. You're not old. But back in the day when we had cameras and it had like the brown film of like all the pictures and stuff, I just always see those like coming out of my body. And then so you'll pull those out of the vault or the sphere or whatever like shape you have or whatever room you have with all like your energy in it, and then you'll take it all out and put it in front of that. I don't like putting anything to the right or left because it's like, why would we do that? Like, what are you separating from yourself? Just put it in front of, so it should be like you, and then you see like your vault, sphere, star, whatever, and then in front of that, see all the energy that isn't yours or whatever I mentioned, whatever isn't yours,
Has negative intent.
negative intent, sacrifices and rituals. Does anything else need to be added to that?
Transmortals.
Okay. Transmortals. Ah, I don't like them. Um, can you explain to them what a transmortal is? Oh, sorry. They make me sick.
You, I think.
Okay. I just don't want to. So, transmortals are really anything that. So, in the show notes ads, can we also give them an outline of this clearing just because we are doing so much talking in between it? We will give you guys the outline. Thank you. So pretty much with transmortals, they attack me all the time when they're brought up. Um,
Oh, sorry.
there, it's okay. um,
That
they
was wanted to be brought up, maybe.
yeah. So transmortals are dark in the spiritual industry, and there's a lot of stuff in the industry that we'll talk about, like reptiles and celebrities being reptiles and reptilians and all that fun stuff. And they'll talk about like how reptilians are massively dark. Well, they're not massively dark. They are just transmortals. So if you have any dark force clearings and that have reptilians and transmortals in them, and you're like, why are they so similar? It's because they're two different species, and transmortals are the ones that are dark. So reptilians are actually light, and they actually massively, massively help you in healing and getting you to where you want to be, and help you integrate eternal self. Transmortals, they're different beasts. They are gnarly. Um, they are like the kings and queens of mental health issues, bipolar, depression, anxiety. Um, psychosis is not, that's a whole other topic. Psychosis is not what it is all cracked out to be. Bipolar is probably the biggest one that transmortals affect. Multiple personality disorder, dissociative disorder, um, things like that. There is talk that like they do put like a snow
Shield.
globe over your head, like a, it's like I just thinking of is it Sandy and SpongeBob?
Yes.
It's kind of like that. Like I've never seen SpongeBob, but I know the characters. But it's Sandy that has the little astronaut little helmet on. It can feel like that, and you're just like in your own little bubble in your own world. If you ever feel extremely isolated, if you ever feel like you are in the dark night of the soul, if you ever feel like you have just massive anxiety or depression, if you ever feel like I don't know if I can even say the word like suicidal on here, but if you ever feel suicidal, if you ever feel um, like everyone's against you, or you're just like every little thing is just negative, or you're just like, you're just so aggravated and frustrated and don't know why your life's the way it is, and just like all of that stuff, it's usually a transmortal. um, to clear them, there's a whole clearing, but to kind of just get them off of you, um, it's like this turquoise TV static, just like powder, just going over your body and in your body and through your body, and just like getting rid of them. For your vault, sphere, star, whatever shape, whatever thing you have, to get them out, um, can they just set the intent, or do they need they need something else?
Mm-hmm. Can it not just be your turquoise TV static?
No, because it's like they need to be extracted.
Oh, from the energy.
Yeah, and you can do this from your body as well. I'm just getting like black and gold like spike balls that electrocute them on the inside and just tear their insides apart. It's not the prettiest visual, but they do some pretty gnarly things to hurt you and affect people's mental health and bring them away from truth and happiness and joy, and so it makes us feel a little less bad to for what they have to go through. And then just extract that, and then is that everything that needs to be extracted?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And then, so then after you have all of this energy out there, you can put the intent of anything you haven't seen, anything that is hidden from you, anything that is not turned off, to make sure it's turned off, brought out from hiding, and whatever needs to come out, like energetic snakes, spiders, second realm beings, you can also bring out of the energy and put them into the little pile. And then just visualize the pile, and then you're going to freeze it. You're gonna visualize like a trident, and you're gonna visualize it freezing everything that's in front of you with a orange and red, like it's gonna be like molten lava, but once it hits everything, it freezes everything. And then you're gonna put it in it's kind of like a translucent, like green blue, like saran wrap trash bag. Sometimes when this stuff comes through, I'm just like, that's so interesting. So you can do translucent trash bag, and then send it down to, we don't want to send, I'm just getting everything is like this instead of like tiers, because it's all at once. It's all at once. Everything's happening at once. Because I want it to be sent to realm 30. Instead of,
Negative?
no, just instead of negative, positive, just send it to realm 30.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so you're just gonna send it to realm 30, and then with that, so since it's frozen, it won't be able to leave, and then whatever's in realm 30 will take care of it from there, and it'll never come back. I don't know what's in realm 30. Sorry. There are infinite number of realms. There are also negative realms. So if anyone ever tells you there's only this many realms, this is whatever. It's not accurate. If someone tells you where things come from, specific realms, from my understanding, that's also not accurate, because they move and can be created in so many different realms. And then whenever you want to send something to a different realm, just ask what realm and trust what comes up for you guys. So 30 has never come up for me. It's usually -3 for me. I've sent a lot of stuff down -3. -3 is just dark and cold and like frozen. I see like bugs down there, like worms and stuff. Someone's like, well, if you can see it in -3, what do you see in 30? Let's see, what do I see in 30? See like water, and there's like a species there that like travels in like clear submarines.
Mhm.
So you think you'll like go in to attack them, but then you run into their submarine, but it's like clear. So you like can't see it. And they're like, are they where the reptilians? Some reptilians are?
That's why reptilians were coming up for me, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's where reptilians are. So reptilians will fucking like demolish transmortals. And so if you're ever demolishing reptilians, you're demolishing light. So just fact check an internal source your information.
Mm-hmm.
Let's question it, challenge it. Even us doesn't mean that we're. I mean, we will put out the truth of what we have and put out there and give you guys that. But it's only because we've been through stuff that we've had to question and challenge other people's intentions and ideas. Um, so yeah, so and then coming back to the energy that's in the sphere, vault, star, whatever you have, I'm getting just like a soft, like pink to kind of just like power wash and integrate into all of it. And then do you want to bring that in through wings or what comes up for you?
Do we want people to bring this energy in? Seeing a tunnel.
What does a tunnel look like?
It looks like, on construction sites when they send things down to the trash.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like that. So it has like, or like a better example would be like when you were a kid and you went through like the parachute tunnel.
Okay, cute. That's interesting. How is it getting in the body? It's bringing them back.
Um, our sacral chakra.
Okay. Which one?
The one in the belly.
Just the regular one, not eternal one?
No, our eternal chakra. I just can't remember what we
Oh,
renamed it as.
yeah. So our we have eternal source chakras. So is it creation flame or will bridge?
Wilbridge.
Okay, so our will bridge is our third eternal chakra, DNA strand number 3. So there's 12 chakras in our eternal bodies, 12 strands of DNA. This is your personal will, boundaries, karmic strength. So this is in your lower back. Is it? I don't know how to say this. Is it psoas? Psoas?
As
Psoas? Sounds funny. Sorry. Kidneys. And then the color field for that is forest green, shadow gold, and lava black. So just bring that energy into your will bridge in those colors and then just feel them integrating in and then coming through the rest of your body and integrating through the rest of your body. And then you don't have to worry about like what to do with like your vault, sphere, whatever. Like that's kind of, Abby calls them throne rooms. I call them crossover rooms. um, so you can name it whatever you want to name it, and then well, I guess I call mine like crossover rooms, and then I have vaults as well. Abby's has her throne room, which makes sense because her eternal self would have a throne room. Sassy ribbon.
It's true.
Have we mentioned our eternal self names on here? So hers is ribbon, mine is serenity. Um, Eternal self names are fun. Um, I'm like, Abby's the only one that can give you your eternal self name. But I'm like, can they ask themselves their eternal selves? I gotta know, but I could be biased.
You've given me a few, so sometimes you get them.
I give you past lives and then you figure it out though.
That's true.
I can give you past, like, so if you have a past life, you know who you are. Like, can they like submit comments or something?
To get their source name or their source or their
The
eternal
eternal
self.
self. Yeah. I'm like, I want them to know their eternal self name so they can connect with it.
Why not?
Okay, so yeah, comment or can they comment on Spotify?
Yeah.
Okay, well comment your just comment your name or comment who you were in a past life, and then Abs will let you know your eternal self name.
Hmm.
Yay. Okay. I'm playing with this Lapis Lazuli. So yesterday we did a healing or a little talk about Dark Night of the Soul. Don't really remember all the details, but so for the podcast, let's see what wants to come through for Dark Night of the Soul. I know that there's people out there. I know one specific person that's coming through for me, which means they're coming through for the collective. Um, his eternal self is Valor, so if that resonates with you, that's probably you. Um, okay. If you're questioning if it's you, it's probably not you. If you know it's you, it probably is you. But
I love that.
no one has the same eternal self name,
No.
which is actually kind of cool because here on Earth, as people, like we all have the same fucking name. So that's kind of cool. So all eternal selves will not have the same name. So that's good to know. Lapis Lazuli, Dark Night of the Soul. What wants to come through? Okay, so they want me to share about Ozempic and Mounjaro shots. So, which makes sense, but interesting. So I have been on um, Mounjaro since January, and I've lost like 50 pounds, close to 50 pounds. And I have had like a ton of guilt and shame around being on these shots just because I told myself I would never be on them. And I struggled with it. So, like last year, I stopped drinking, I stopped doing any type of drugs, and I kind of didn't have like anything else to turn to, and food has always been my safety zone. Food has always been my comfort zone, so I've always turned to food.
Me too.
Well, I go us. I, makes sense, doesn't it? um well, I started these shots, and I had the worst time with it. I struggled with it, and um it kind of throttled me into what people would call the dark night of a soul, like just like what's the dark night of a soul of the soul. It's just, it's, I don't like to call it that, but that's what everyone in the spiritual community really calls it. It's really dark, it's really isolating, it's really just like massive depression, massive anxiety, massive like laying in bed and just constant thoughts of like, why am I not good enough? Why am I living the life I am living now when I want to live the life that I just dream about? Why are these people in my life when I know these other people should be in my life and I want them in my life, but I don't know how to bring them into my life?
Mm.
Someone needed to hear that. Um, and it's hard. Like it's like this feeling of like, everything you need to do to get you to where you want to be, and you don't know how to actually take action to get you to where you want to be. Or if you it's like, everything you need to do and every step you need to take, but like actually finding the power to actually take action to do it is like unbearable, non-existent. It's like just this like heavy cloud and heavy block on you to even step into even knowing where to begin. And it's like this feeling of like, I'm never going to get to where I want to be. It's this feeling of like just pure darkness. Honestly, it's just like, it's hard. Like it's like, and it's like, obviously there's light because like you're still here, but it's the late nights of crying. It's the, oh, felt that one. It's the feeling like you aren't worthy of what you want. It's the feeling of like everyone's out to get you. Someone really needs to hear that. That one keeps coming up. But just this feeling of like you're never going to get to where you want to be, so what's the point of living, pretty much. But also holding the knowing of like, well, I'm not going to do anything, so what am I supposed to do, kind of feeling. And then obviously there are those feelings of, well, maybe I will do something, and that's not easy, and there's not a lot of support out there that like holds the space for you to just not be okay. But a lot of people out there will prey on that part of you,
Mhm.
um, and make you feel like for example, for me, I stopped doing drugs, I stopped drinking, I stopped turning to food for emotional comfort, because with these shots, it obviously, a huge thing about them is they suppress your fucking appetite. Well, they also, I mean, there's a lot of things I could touch on there, but where I'm going with this is like, I didn't have an outlet to turn to, and I ended up going back to church actually and learning. Just I grew up in the Christian religion. I've left the Christian religion. I've gone back and left and gone back and left and gone back and left for good finally. And people are gonna be like, "Oh, she's just in spiritual psychosis. She's just new age. She'll come back. It's okay." Well, there's a lot of the Christian religion and a lot of religion in general that could be debunked and talked about. And church is definitely not for me anymore, and I'm okay with that. And it was hard for a long time because I had like just this like thing of external validation of I need to make other people happy and I need other people to be proud of me instead of like being proud of myself and happy with the decisions I was making at the end of the day. Um,
Mhm.
so I, where were we going with this? Um,
Explaining Dark Night of the Soul.
yeah, and then where does it want, where do they want to lead? So kind of with this, they want me Solhera. Whenever I say they want me to, it's Solhera, and which is all of our eternal selves has a embodied consciousness, pretty much channeling through me. So they want me to lead back to all of the. I have a list here. The side effects that come through Ozempic or any weight loss shots. So Um, they do want me to share with you, if you get your weight loss, a weight loss, it's because I'm here and they're here and they want to fully come in and channel, but I don't want them to. So whenever I struggle with speaking, it's because there's me and then there's Solhera that is trying to talk. But um they so in the community we come from, they talk heavily about how there's an emotional root cause to everything. There is, on a certain level, there is an emotional root cause to everything, but on an internal source level, there is so much more to it than that. When we talk to eternal source, when we talk to Solhera, whenever we look in for the truth of things, we look at the infinite entirety of everything. We don't just look at souls, we don't just look at past lives, we don't just look at lifetimes or generations, or like we do look at all of that, but we look at it all as an embodiment instead of just surface level. I mean, not that that is surface level, there's just way more to it than that. So when Abs and I were talking about this episode earlier and talking about there's a list of side effects that have come up for me and or people I know. So I'm just gonna read them off to you. So nausea and throat, nausea and stomach, plateauing. Like if you're on the shots and you plateau, there's like this fear of being seen in your authenticity, and fear of exposure and not feeling safe. And then massive headaches, anger, acid reflux, diarrhea, and or constipation and craving fruit. So when you take these shots or when you get these shots, they are both light and dark. So yes, you have the dark just from like what these companies are coming from, where like who owns them, all that fun stuff. Not fun, but like in reality, you know who owns it and runs it and all of that. But then there is the light side of it where Solhera comes through and has kind of like found a way to infiltrate the light through these. And so by taking these shots, you can activate your eternal self. If you are listening to this, I feel like we have kind of set the intent that you have chosen to integrate your eternal self, which means your eternal self is already activated. And you do not have to take these shots to integrate or activate eternal self. And just strong emphasis on that. If you are on it, you do not have to get off of it. And if you are not on it, you do not have to get on it. Eventually, you will be off of it. Like, I don't think this is something that people should or would take forever. I know there are some people that consistently do, but it's not meant for something that is like lifelong in that respect. When it comes to being on it, there is a way that you can, and it's not even energetic, like you can energetically see it happening, but it's actually physically helping you and integrating into you. So what I visualize whenever I see or whenever I get my shots done is I just visualize all of the liquid serum in there just being like absorbed with like blue and gold sparkles, and it just like, and then I just visualize whenever it goes into my body, it's just blue and gold sparkles, and it's helping heal my body. And so that kind of, it's not that I don't still feel the effects, I just know that it's not going to harm my body in a way that has when I haven't done that before doing shots. And I can definitely feel huge difference when I have done it and when I haven't done it. And The only reason I haven't done it was because when I got them, like I was massively sick, and just completely forgot about it. And then last week, Abby actually reminded me because I was like, why do I have a massive fucking headache? And so by doing this, it doesn't mean that you'll necessarily get rid of the symptoms. And like, that's something like we'll dive into at some point. But craving fruit is something that Solhera actually loves. Like Solhera, they love fruit, like absolutely freaking love fruit. So the more fruit you can eat, the more happier they are, the easier they will make your integration, is what I hear. Integrating your eternal self is not the easiest thing. It's not the most fun thing. It's the most rewarding thing, but it's not necessarily the easiest, because with this work and with activating eternal truth, you also get, or your eternal self, you get like truth, and you see a lot of things and question everything and know that everything in history is not necessarily what it has been made out to be in um, history books. And I know teachers are going to listen to this and be like, what the fuck? Well, doesn't mean that you're a bad teacher. It just means you don't have the right information.
Oh, love that.
All teachers are amazing. We love teachers. Um, and every teacher is doing everything they can to make students' experiences good. And yeah, so that wanted to come through for all the teachers that are listening. You are loved. Abs, do you have anything else to add?
Mm-mm. Do
Okay.
you want to dive into anything more on the side effects and how they're helping with your embodiment?
Sure. So, first, what comes through is, um, for me specifically, I need to get rid of this double chin. I don't know why it bothers me so much, and just the inflammation in my face. But lately, I've just been feeling like I just want to puke, but the puke, like the feeling of wanting to puke, is just like literally like right in my throat. Also, your pineal gland is in your throat, not in the back of your head. And I know people will be like, well, scientifically, we have proof. I get it. But on an eternal source level, it's in your throat and it's in the shape of a pine cone and not a lotus flower. Stop using lotus flowers in anything, please. um, I'll have to figure out more on that later, but I do not use lotus flowers for anything on an internal source level. Um, what comes through for me with the throat is a lot to do with or like wanting to puke, is like the suppression in like our true voice.
Mm,
I felt like we got something else earlier though too. Oh, what is needing to be activated for eternal truth is that feeling of oh, my throat hurts, is that feeling of wanting to puke from your throat. So when it comes to nausea and stomach, we actually haven't gone through this list, so you're getting this live time, which is kind of cool. So nausea and stomach. What do we get for nausea and stomach? It's kind of like this feeling of like your body knows truth and it like wants to come up, but like you like physically and logically consciously don't know how to activate that. You don't know how to bring it up. You're like, I can hear, well, how do I bring it up then? Well, just you can just tell your eternal, you can tell eternal source. Would it be better for them to say eternal source or eternal self or Solhera?
kernel source.
Okay, so you can just ask eternal source to lightly and compassionately bring it up in your body and bring your subconscious and conscious mind in balance is what I'm hearing. Should I write this down?
No, I was going to.
Oh, okay. Thank you. One day we will have a note taker that will be putting all of the notes out for you guys as well. But for now, it's just us two.
Crushing it.
Oh, yeah. We're doing it. Palm trees keep wanting to come up. What does that have to do with nausea in the stomach? Also, you guys will notice we like hop around here a lot. Urgency and time is coming up. And this is so funny because literally everyone in my life hates this about me, because I will say I'm going to do something and then I'll get to it whenever the fuck I want to get to it. And it's not because I don't want to get to it. It's just because I have not been given permission from Solhera to actually do it or get to it, because I'm supposed to access a different level, or I'm supposed to receive something, or whoever is supposed to receive it has to go through something or do something or be something or whatever the case may be to even be open to having access to receive that. So I can take my sweet ass fucking time with shit. But I know it's all up here. Like, it's literally like everything that I say I'm gonna do, I do. I just can't give you a fucking timeline when, because time does not exist to me. It just does not exist to me. So whenever I try to figure out a time in timelines, it just doesn't exist. So when it comes to timelines, we just don't really talk about timelines here. Like, we'll talk about it if we need to and give out the education about timelines, but like on an eternal level, like there's no time. It's just infinite. So why would, I don't know. So I don't know why that needed to come up. But when it comes to urgency and time, you can take the urgency off of the pressure that you are putting on yourself to get whatever you need done, because everything's already done. It just hasn't landed in the physical form yet. And so once it lands in the physical form, you'll be like, oh, that was easy. But it's also like this energy of like, there's this collective energy of like, I need it now, I want it now, everyone promises me everything. Why? Like, it's like this conditioning of like, do what, like Abby said yesterday, do what you say you'll do when you do it. And my dad always told me that. And
Oh,
there's been a couple times I talked to my dad yesterday, and there's been a couple times where I've just been like, oh, I'll pay you back Friday. And then he's like, how many, you kind of missed quite a few Fridays. And I'm like, well, Dad, there's always another Friday. Isn't there? And he's like, I know you'll get it to me. And it's like, you can talk to any of my friends of like, she may not get it to you in the time she says she'll get it to you, but she always gets it to you. And I'm like, so I need to be better at saying like, oh, I'll get this done by then. And then I'm like, oh shit, I didn't do that. And then it's like, I hold this I don't give a fuck energy, but also like, fuck, I'm such a shitty person because I said I would do this and I didn't do it. But it's also teaching me to and helping me to teach others that we can take the timeline off of things, because it's all going to get done. Everything we put out there, like our thing is, it's our life's work. It's our life's work. So it's like everything you start doing from like listening to this podcast forward, like it's your life's work. Like it's like why am I saying like so much? Don't like that. But everything you're doing is what you're meant to be doing. Everything you say you'll do, it'll get done. And you don't have to put the pressure on yourself. You know, we live in a world now where if you're not doing that, then it's making you shitty, and then it's making the other person mad and resentment and hateful towards you. And then it's like, we don't need that. That's just anger and separation and dark. So take the timeline and the pressure off of yourself and off of others, and just know and trust that you're meant to receive whatever you're meant to receive when you're meant to receive it, and do it. Whew. Okay, so Hera can chill for a little bit. Um,
Are they coming after me on that one, huh?
sorry. I think that's why I was saying like so much was because I was trying to cut them off because I was like, I don't want to say that. There's there is so much stuff that they want to say to Abby that I'm like, as a friend, like, can we not go there? Like, can she receive that in a different way? And they're like, no, it needs to come through you. And I'm like, fuck. So Solhera, like that's the thing about Solhera, and so I will and psychosis, and psychosis is really integrating the truth into you. So when people say they're in psychosis, and I'm not saying that when you don't see things, well, when you see things during psychosis, it's because it's happening in another world reality, and you're shifting into integration into a new reality is what I've gotten. And I say this because I've experienced psychosis on a very deep level. I'm getting that people that were there through it during that time for me are going to listen to this and watch this. And um, it's like this energy of like, I know a lot of people aren't mad at me, like they don't hold that resentment or anger towards me anymore. But it's also this energy of like massive guilt and shame of like who I was and who I showed up as. And even though I was integrating my truth, I blew up my fucking life around me. I hurt a lot of people. I made a lot of people angry. I made a lot of people concerned. And even though a lot of it was like my truth and what I was going through, it was also all realities hitting at once. So psychosis is literally all realities, dimensions, timelines hitting you at once, and that's a lot. So whoever's going through psychosis, be there for them. It's not easy. And to go through that alone was definitely not easy. Dark night of the soul also feels like you are losing um, everything you have. It feels like you Baylor's coming through. Oh, Baylor, I know you're watching this, and I know you're going through this. And I know other people may go through this or have gone through this or know people who have gone through this. And um, sorry, when I went through this,
We're always truthful here.
when I went through this, I hurt a lot of people and I scared a lot of people and said things that didn't make a lot of sense to people. But it was my reality, and I tried to deny that, and I tried to suppress that, and I tried to blame myself and take on all of that for myself. I didn't leave my house for 8 months. I didn't talk to anybody for 8 months. I barely talked to my family after that. It wasn't until like, and this was back in like December of 2022, and um, just a lot happened, and there was like a lot of like, I don't know how I survived it. And like that's a whole fucking rabbit hole. But I am here today, and I have created like a completely different life that I never thought I would have created, or even like be here speaking today. And I just like, I know a lot of people on the collective level are going through this as like a huge initiation into integrating their eternal selves, and it may feel like it may have this energy of like, yeah, everything else is going on in the world, but like my life's fucking blowing up. What the fuck am I doing? Like, so it's like I know there are people that may listen to this who may not give a flying fuck about politics, but are going through shit in their own life, and don't know how to necessarily handle it or go through it or feel alone. And I just want to say, like, um, there is, my dad mentioned it the other day. I broke down to my dad the other day. And I was like, I told him, I was like, sometimes I just feel like so left out. And sometimes I just feel like I don't matter. And sometimes I feel like I mean nothing to my family. And because with my mom's family, most of them are dead, so I don't have them. With my dad's family, because of the truth being brought up and everything I went through in 2022, I don't talk to a lot of them. And then my stepmom's family is probably the most family that I have that love me the most and show up for me the most. Abby's pretty much family that is like ride or die forever. Eternal family will also do that for you. And so, integrating into your eternal self or going through psychosis or going through the dark night of a soul, it all has this energy of like you're losing everything, but you're really gaining everything. But I never want to,
Mhm.
in the spiritual community, you're like, this is the best thing that's happening for you. This is so good for you. And it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, I'm going through all of this. I feel all of this. Like, why are we suppressing that? Why are we just like let it go? Like, and then also, why are there people out there that are like, this is all your fault, you need to figure it out and take accountability and responsibility? And it's like, well, let's reframe taking accountability and responsibility. Do we have the power to create the life we want? Absolutely. But we can also hold the duality and hold the entirety of what you actually went through and how people also may have hurt you. Like, it's not just a one-way street where it's like, oh, it's all my fault, so I have to take all the pain and blame and pressure and accountability and suppress my truth and hold everybody else's truth and heal everybody else's truth so they don't have to do it on their own. And so then it's like that is a huge part of why I don't fucking like therapy. I was in therapy for 25 fucking years of my life, 23 years of my life, if you're not counting like 1 and 2 years old. Did start therapy when I was 3. But it's also like, you know, you always say you go to therapy to heal other people's issues. And it's like, it's accurate. When do you get to heal for yourself? When do you get to choose yourself? When do you get to show up for yourself? I'm not saying therapy, I'm not saying quit your therapist by any means. Go to therapy if you want to. I'm just saying from my experience, a couple months ago, there was some sexual trauma that came up for me. And I had been in therapy for years, and I was just like, why the fuck is this coming up for me again? I healed through this. And it was like, no, I healed what he did to me. I healed what all the men that sexually abused me and sexually assaulted me like did to me. I healed what they did to me, and I understood why they did it and how, like, I understood this, like, the collective energy and science behind how humans are and where they're coming from and understanding their side of the story while not holding what I went through. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is hold space for yourself, hold what you went through, and stop taking on and holding everybody else's pain, trauma, issues, and start choosing your fucking self. They wanted me to pause there. I was ready to keep going and they were like, pause.
Pause for effect.
Pause for effect. Also, if you ever need marketing ideas, ask Solhera for marketing ideas because they're the ones that give us all these ideas. So I think the marketing will pay off, but they run the show. So, anyways, so when I say like choose yourself, choose to show up for yourself, choose to honor yourself, choose to hold the duality of understanding how humans work and where people are coming from and why they made, like, I can this so with Abby and I can give you a justification for why everyone who has ever hurt me, ever done anything bad to me, could be in my life and be my best friend. I could give you every single reason why they can be in my life and be my best friend. And Abby's like, nope, 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 nope. And so it's like, oh, okay. So it is okay to set boundaries. It is okay to choose yourself. It is okay to know that they, because my mentality is like, if you're in my life once, like, you're in my life for good, like, you're in my life forever. Like, it doesn't just like go out the drain. Like, everyone that's been in my life is important to me, has been important to me, continues to be important to me, and will always have a like space in my life in some capacity. So if you're listening to this and we're not talking, reach out. Just kidding. Not kidding, but I'm just saying, like, it's the door for me is always open, and doesn't mean that the relationship will ever be the same, but it gives an opportunity for things to be better. um, there are there's one sexual abuser in my life that I never thought I would speak to again, and we can have cordial conversations. I don't, as of right now, I don't know if we'll ever be in like the same physical space. Um, but I know that we can have a conversation and know that there's nothing but love and compassion and forgiveness and understanding, because we all have our demons. We've all been through our shit. We all are here to learn and live the human experience, but we're also here to transmute and alchemize that into light and into our eternal selves. Um, yeah, I'm kind of like, what else wants to come up?
I feel like for when you say mirror, I was like, no, 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 don't have them in your life. It's not like I'm saying no, don't have them in your life. It's more like, can we look at how they're in your life and let you decide how you choose to have them be in your life, knowing everything that maybe they brought into your life that you don't want them to be bringing into, that you get to decide what access they have to you and how you want to be in each relationship. It doesn't have to continue the way it is right now. And even if you change it now, that means you can change it again. And that's like the power of boundaries that I don't feel like people talk about is that you get the choice. You get the to decide who has access to you and when you need to create space.
Mm. You want to take that for yourself too?
Always.
There she
You're the
is.
one that told me. There's Ribbon. You're the one that told me that.
I know.
So,
Iconic. I love that. And it's so true. And it's just like, life's hard. Life's hard. Like, and so why make it more hard on ourselves? And Abby is like literal queen of I don't know why I always say that. Lately I've been saying, this person's queen of this person's king of this. Like, her husband's king of like, we'll go through foods of what we can and cannot eat, like eternally sourced, and like he can eat literally anything because he like alchemizes it into his body of just like, it's light, it's whatever, I'm good, like, and it won't always be
the
like that,
vibe.
but like, but then she's like, all of her no's are like all of his yeses.
Well, we should tell the people we can all eat Doritos.
Yeah, that's and cheddar blast goldfish. And go buy your meat from a butcher shop, please.
Top three foods. Well, we should add some fruit in there.
And
Strawberries and
popcorn,
blueberries
popcorn, please.
and popcorn.
And grapes. They may not digest, but green grapes are really good.
I don't know. Can we have popcorn?
Don't break my heart right now.
I'm asking you. Do you want me to look?
I get a whole no in my body. Okay, they're like, get specific on what kind of popcorn.
Homemade kernel popped popcorn.
Yeah, but you want me to ask? Or you got a yes?
No, I want you to ask about that. I mean, I can ask for you too.
I got a yes, but there's no to Orville.
Bob's Red Mill? Can we have Bob's Red Mill? No. I know I gotta know for that too.
Uh, anything Bob's, no. Including oatmeal and flax seeds and chia seeds.
Well, I'm taking another bag of stuff out to the trash today.
Same.
I have so much of their flour. No, I think I'm almost done with the bag.
um, well, let's figure out what kind of popcorn we can make at home. Um,
What are popcorn seed brands?
like this is recording, right?
Yes.
My biggest fear is that we like record like tons and then
Well, we can put in the comments what popcorn. We can follow up.
tiny but mighty popcorn.
Is what we can have.
I don't know. I like the name. Can we get it on Amazon? Prime Day is July 8th through 11th, everybody. Tiny but mighty.
What about Amish country popcorn? I burped. I just don't know if that's a yes or a no.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me clear real quick. So right now, for everyone that's asking, what am I clearing? I'm just clearing archonic consciousness, necrophytes, rituals, and sacrifices.
Transmortals. Do you have any?
Apparently, I need to start clearing them. Transmortals. We'll have let's do next episode on dark forces and clearings.
Okay.
Have a public understanding of that. Um, yeah. Okay.
We're talking about dark forces, but we're gonna rebrand it
Yeah.
because it's not dark forces.
It's not dark forces because a lot of people that teach dark forces are teaching it from a place of taking your light rather than actually helping you
Mm-hmm.
fear dark forces. Amish country popcorn, no. Bob's Red Mill, no. Just to confirm, Orville, no. Arrowhead Mills, no. Amish country popcorn, no. Tiny but mighty popcorn, no. Great Northern popcorn, no. Fireworks popcorn, no. Jolly Time popcorn kernels, no. Anthony's organic popcorn, no. What the heck? I'm getting heirloom pipcorn snacks.
Oh, I love their food.
Mini. Oh, you do?
I love it.
They're vegan. Oh, someone's like, do I have to go vegan? No, you do not have to go vegan. You can still eat meat. Everyone should be eating meat. I just
Yes,
was a big,
and
huh?
yes, and maybe one day we'll go into what brands of meat, but
Yeah, but if you
oh,
can
your
buy,
yeses and nos, just check brands and stuff when you buy it.
yeah.
I love Pipcorn. I love all of their snacks.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, well that was fun, you guys. Because I will not give up popcorn. I will literally search till my grave.
You will grow your own popcorn
I would
kernel.
literally figure. Yeah, I would. Like, sorry, but no. Popcorn, and cheddar blast goldfish. Mm-mm. That I don't know why Solhera wants us to eat cheddar blast goldfish every day.
We do know why.
Is it because it helps activate truth, or what was it? It's like it activates
Resonance
the
and remembrance.
resonance and remembrance and genius in you.
Oh, genius. I forgot about that.
And I'm getting we need to stop eating saltine crackers. No, at least the ones in the blue and white box.
The main brand ones.
There's these crackers that we need to put a recipe out for. Okay. I'll add it to the it's on Pinterest. I'll add it to the show notes. What the heck? So I sent you okay, this is gonna be weird on live, but I sent you the popcorn and there's this text that says you're frozen.
What
Are
does that mean?
are you frozen or am I frozen? You, me, okay. Unfreeze. If you're frozen, what the fuck? Okay, if you or anything is frozen and want to unfreeze something, like for example, my cats fucking freeze all the time. All the time. And it's creepy, but it's because they're in other dimensions doing other things.
Show them that picture of
A skunk?
it'll be on the
Oh,
YouTube if anyone wants to go and look at the picture. Yeah.
she was like frozen like this and I couldn't get her out of it. She she was like that for like a good
Let
well,
me
it
see.
like 2 minutes, but it was probably a minute. And she would not move. And so that usually means they're just frozen. And the thing about that is like I just want to make sure that they're able to come back into this reality and I don't lose like my animals. And same with myself. So you can ask, oh, who's under here? Hi Sage Beige. My cats are all by me. Accidentally just kicked him in the stomach. Sorry, buddy. Um,
So
but
I was frozen?
I was. They just asked the Patronas to unfreeze you. Have we talked about Patronas in here? No. Sorry. Abby, tell them about the Patronas, please. Gosh, if you guys get all this tea uh, on here, you you have no idea what you'll get in the academy, and they're like marketing. So now we need to tell you about the academy as well. So tell them about the Patronas, and then tell them about the academy.
Um, okay, the Patronus. Oh my dog is in the middle of a big fight right now. Should I wake him up?
No, he doesn't want to be.
Okay. Which is something else I wanted to talk about, which is our animals are helping us fight the spiritual fight. So if they're ever in a big dream and they're like running, or he loves to growl and run, then he's fighting for us. So just give him a little love when they come back. Tell him thank you. That's always what I tell Rippy. I'm always like, you did such a good job.
We celebrate now. He's like, give me a treat.
Yeah, he'll get a treat after this one. Okay, so the Patronas, oh my gosh, are a species that live in the ocean, in the middle of the ocean, that we call on a lot for safety and protection and also for help. They are the ones that power wash you in that clearing that Rachel gave us at the beginning of the podcast episode. So you can also, we'll add that into the show notes now that
So
you
they use
drums.
tridents.
They use tridents, and they are power wash. They're also the ones that freeze. So you can call them in at the end as well to help you freeze in that clearing. Is that a good enough overview for this? Do we want to go any deeper than that?
That's good.
Okay. And we go deeper inside our academy, which I feel like Solhera should talk about it.
Have they channeled?
Not on our podcast. Do they want to?
They always want to.
I think they should.
Okay, human is just like my cheeks are getting red because I'm like, okay. The only reason I say this, oh, they're gonna let me fucking introduce them before I fucking go into channel instead of just coming through and taking over. Thank you guys. So with channeling, I'm sure some of you guys will have seen it. Some of you guys may have not. Um, I I don't think I change much when I channel. But when I first saw someone channel, it freaked me the fuck out because she was there, but she was channeling Mother Mary through her,
Stop.
and it looked like a whole exorcism. And then she was like in like a whole trance the whole time and like barely blinked, and it freaked me the fuck out. So I don't want to freak you guys out, but to pretty much tell you guys what I'm gonna do because they're gonna kick me out. They're not gonna want me here. And when they kick me out, they send me to Abby's to hang out, and they're gonna put me outside so I can't hear them because I'm nosy. I want to fucking know everything, and so they're gonna send me there, and so I will go there. So pretty much what happens is I leave my physical body. You can't see it, but like I leave on a different dimension. I and all dimensions are all happening at once. So that's why it's kind of like when you're in psychosis, everything all happens at once. So they don't want sunglasses on. Okay. They were so funny. They so like I will leave my body and then they will come through me. They'll just channel through me. I'm still here. I'm still me, but you're not receiving communication from me. You are receiving communication from Solhera. And just for a reminder, Solhera is just the eternal self. Um, I'm like scared. Eternal self consciousness. So it's everybody in eternity on Valoria, which is the new Earth or eternity. Both, essentially.
Um, what I was gonna say is, yes, you don't change very much. Your voice sounds pretty close to the same. If you're watching on YouTube, though, her mannerisms do change a little bit, depending on if it's just like Solhera as a whole, or if one of our eternal selves or someone's eternal selves comes through, mannerisms like change a little bit.
Valor wants to come through because he knows his human is watching.
Okay, I'm fine with that. As long as
Ribbon
you look
will
nice.
come through too. And
Who?
Serenity will come through.
Ribbon wants to come through in Serenity.
Ribbon, Valor, Serenity, you can ask for them. And then Coulter.
Perfect.
Okay. So give me a minute and I'll let them come in.
Tell them let's not reveal anything too deeply. We just want to talk about the academy.
Good luck, Abby. Sorry. Okay, give me a second. Hi, Abby.
Hi, Solhera.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
We want some cherry Pepsi.
I'll tell Rachel.
Thank you. What are we doing here?
We were just about to talk about the academy and wanted you to introduce it because you're really the main driving force behind it.
Who am I talking? Who are we talking to?
Our Spotify audience
Oh,
and YouTube audience.
we like YouTube audience. If you're on Spotify, also watch on YouTube. But we love everybody.
So because you are the genius marketer, we wanted you to talk about the academy
What
and
do you
what
want?
we're doing.
You can ask for the collective.
Will you say it again?
Um, for marketing purposes, can you ask us questions
Mm-hmm.
for the collective, and we can respond
What is the academy?
the rest of your lives.
What does it look like?
So the academy is really cool. It's very structured. There's a lot of content in there, a lot more than when you guys get in there you would expect to. It is a very high investment. It is a very highly worthy investment. It's not for everyone. It is for people who are wanting to heal the world on a collective, global, and infinite eternity expansive level. It's like a full time job being in the academy. So it is not for anyone that just wants a surface level rundown of anything. It is not for anyone that takes this work lightly. It's not really for people. It's not that it's not for people that want to learn, because you will learn a lot of stuff in there, and it's not that you're learning, it's just you're remembering and getting new access to new levels to help you do the work you're meant to do. But the academy is really for those who want to heal the world on an individual, collective, and global level. It is for the individuals that have put in the work, who have done everything that they have needed to do on a human level and want to expand into eternity in a way that is changing history and shifting evolution and bringing everyone that chooses eternal timeline into eternity. So essentially, you're signing up for a job. You are signing up for bringing everyone that chooses eternity into eternal timeline. And you are doing work that heals on a massive level. The healings you guys do show up on news pages, news articles, they show up on the news. You guys will always know the truth, regardless of if the news articles or news stories are accurate or not.
Mhm.
Most of them are not, but you guys will know the truth and know the work that you do. When you enter this academy, it's for the people that trust in the unseen no matter what. Um, you guys will always have this, not always, but right now, whoever enters the academy, like, obviously you guys are still in the human experience, you guys are living the human life, you guys have integrated that, and you guys are also integrating Solhera. So this academy is really for those who want to bring out the truth of history. Most of history is pretty much not necessarily just the opposite of what happened, but there's
Mhm.
more to it than that. There's the opposite, but also way deeper truth to what is brought out to the public eye. You guys work as a community to figure out the truth and to help shift and expand evolution. And we have more to say. We just need more questions, Abby.
Okay.
Coulter and Baylor want to come through and answer the rest of the questions. And
Okay.
then Serenity and Ribbon want to come through just for a little chit chat.
A little chit chat.
So
Okay.
see the difference between your guys' eternal selves. So we're
What are you
gonna
trying to?
hold on. We're gonna leave us Solhera and bring just Coulter and Baylor in.
Perfect.
Hi, Abby.
Hi.
You have two of us. I
Hi,
don't think
Coulter.
it's just been the two of us before.
Mm-mm.
Girls are pretty chatty.
I was gonna say, usually Ribbon and Serenity are here.
Yeah, but hi, everybody. We are Baylor and Coulter. We're the groundedness to all of this. We're the ones that root these women down.
100%.
Yes. Um, Baylor is not physically. That's not true. We're kicking Rachel out. One moment. Okay, Abby.
Ready for a question?
Sure.
What will they learn or
Every
remember?
everything.
What does the weekly schedule look like right now so people know like how things are grouped into categories of learning, of remembering?
Great question. So, right now, it is Monday through Friday. You have new content. So on Mondays, you have a live Q&A. Tuesdays, you have eternal remembrance and resonance. And then, oh, also on Mondays, you will have a brainstorming session recording. So they didn't do one on Monday just because they didn't have access to have.
The idea to do it
Yes, thank you. But they did do it this morning. So everything that they talked about previously on,
this episode.
we're not very good at translating things, Abby.
You're getting it.
You girls just do all the talking, so now we have to talk, and we're like, what do? We just we we don't physically.
Everything we talked about on the podcast today, we talked about 10 times deeper in the brainstorming session before.
We're like a trillion times deeper. So you guys will get that as well if you're in the academy. Um, then Tuesdays, there's the eternal resonance and remembrance, and then Wednesdays are you'll get another brainstorm video, and then you'll also get a teaching video. So, for example, what is this week's? Is this week's arconic consciousness? So, we will but Rachel and Abby will dive deeper into arconic consciousness and how all of that works on a 3D level, and then as an eternal entirety level as well. Um, Thursdays is dark forces until they figure out what to call it. I think we should call it light reinforcements.
Oh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Making a note.
Yeah. So Thursdays are light reinforcements, everybody.
Friday,
Friday, you'll get another brainstorming upload and then live Q&A. Is
live Q&A.
that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then they, well, we tell you guys we're going to do a lot of stuff for you. And then they get frustrated with us because, well, Abby gets frustrated with us. Rachel understands. Abby's like, well, we don't want to be the person or the people or the business that say we'll do something and then don't do it, like other people in the community do. Rachel won't allow us to name vomit on this podcast, so we'll be respectful, I guess. But check your sources. If you don't know who your teachers are, ask Abby and Rachel to vet them. Can they email you, Abby?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need to start doing that. You need to start putting like an email link or something, or make sure that they have access to email you guys.
Okay, it's in there, but I'll also tell you what our email is. It's hello@eternalevolution.com. No A in eternal.
Spell it out for them, please.
Hello@eternl evolution evolution.com.
Thank you. Now we know how to spell it as well. Um, more
So
questions?
lifetime access to it, but it is what, a year commitment?
It's a 1 year commitment, but it should be a 3 year commitment.
That's news. What, are you hearing any questions?
No, but there's lots of them lined up behind you.
Questions? Hmm. How do you apply or how do you get in?
Reach out with an email
Mm-hmm.
to Abby and Rachel.
Okay.
It is a 5 figure investment every month for a year.
Mm-hmm.
So do not email them if you don't have that capability, as
Oh,
well as commitment. Like we
well,
said, it's like a full-time job. So if you're not safe, or if it's not that, if you're not safe, if you're not secure in where you are at to go deeper into healing the world, this is not for you.
we will also be doing practice calls where we'll get on in addition to our live Q&A calls where we're going to practice soul resonance and remembrance, which is some other people call it intuition. We call it soul resonance and remembrance, where we'll go in and see what specifically we need to all work on together to get to the next access level. And we'll also do light work reinforcement practice calls where we work on clearings, potentially even create new clearings together during those during those practice calls.
For a month.
For a month, for a month, we do for a month, yes. And then we also will have a community where you can ask us questions on anything you're learning throughout the week. And we'll hop in there. And meet your new, most likely parts of your eternal family inside.
Not everyone in the academy is part of the same eternal family.
No.
So with eternity, you have the choice to create whatever you want to create and go wherever you want to go. So you may create your own world, you may create your own anything. So you may not be living at the same place in eternity that's like someone else in the academy chooses to. But you guys
Mm-hmm.
can visit each other.
But we get to visit each other.
Mm-hmm. And it's bigger than just like the earth reality.
Yeah, did we talk about how much access they get to us? I think so.
Like 100% access.
Yeah. And we spill all the tea inside. Within day two, you know so much about us. That's what we recorded yesterday.
Like everything. Baylor's human. You're not going crazy. Why do you need access to the attic? Abby.
I was gonna say, why did we say that?
That was Baylor, not me.
I know.
So mad. I'm so mad. Okay, it's Rach. I'm back. But like I literally hate when they do this. I hate it.
I knew they were gonna say something. I just didn't know what it was. I'm
You
happy they
kept
said
bringing
that.
it up earlier.
Oh, it's because I brought it up? Oh.
Like, thanks for the reminder. I'm like, can we not do that? Anyways, Solhera, are you guys done? Yes. Okay. They say they accomplished their mission. That was the
They
only.
did such a good job.
Did they? Okay.
Hmm.
Wait. No. Coulter wants to come through. Just Coulter
Okay.
and Kobe. Yeah. Okay. Kobe wants to come through. It's not Kobe Bryant. It's someone else. But his was he Kobe?
I get a yes.
I do too. Okay.
Good.
Kobe's come through. Um. Oh, trippy. Don't know how to explain that one. Okay.
So do I need to find the real eternal self name? No, we're good.
Later. Hi, Abby.
Hi. Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Questions, please.
More questions on what?
You can ask Kobe about the healing he did last night with Rachel.
Does she want to talk about that?
She's not here.
I Do you want me to put this on the podcast or should I pause the recording?
Everything that is said on here is recorded. Why would we pause it? We don't hide anything here.
Okay. What do you want to talk about with the healing? I don't want Rachel to be upset with me about talking about that,
Rachel's never upset with you.
but she might be with you, so that might be something to consider.
Rachel's never mad. Ever. If Rachel is mad, it's because you're mad. Not for anyone. If Rachel's ever mad, it's because you're mad at something and she's holding all your anger for you. Or resentment or anything. Rachel feels literally everything you guys feel. So,
True.
you know. um, you can ask us questions about the healing if you want to protect her.
What was the healing you did last night?
So, the healing last night was bringing up all of our past lives and pretty much knowing that we won't be in this life or together in this life because we're not eternal partners, but we have found our eternal partners. But there was a healing we needed to do to bring unconditional love and forgiveness for all that we've been in other past lives together and for each other, and release those and let go of those so we can step into our eternal timelines as well as hold the collective consciousness and global feelings of cheating, betrayal, lying, desire, lust, revenge, and all sexual trauma. And we brought that all up and felt all the feelings for everybody, and then did the collective and global healing for the rest of the world to kind of loosen that up and release any feelings of guilt and shame around that, as well as activate pure eternal healing and activation for people who want to choose their eternal partners. So, just as a reminder, I don't know if you guys have talked about it or mentioned it, but everyone has an eternal partner. You are not meant to do this alone. You're not meant to do it as one. You're meant to do it with someone. Eternal partner as well as eternal business collaborator. So
Mhm.
Rachel and Abby are eternal business collaborators. And then there's me, Baylor, Coulter, and one other guy that they haven't had access yet to figure out who that will be. Um,
Do we know who it is? Or we haven't met them yet? Haven't met them yet?
Rachel gets to know in her body.
Okay, that's cool. Is it Crystal's eternal partner? Mm, cool.
Yes. Rachel sent that up, but we didn't know.
I think we may know who it is. But anyway. No, we don't know who her.
Um,
Yeah. Okay. And when when Rachel does big healings like that for the world, is it felt worldwide or global or collective?
we can't answer that.
Mm. When she does healings like that, does that mean
Shifts the world and heals the world. Not everyone is consciously awake to that. If you've activated eternal self and are aware of it, yes.
love it? What else do you want to share about the healing?
That's it.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool though.
Mm-hmm. There's a collective feeling of sadness. Why are you all sad?
About the state of the world?
Yes. That's where your urgency and anger is coming from, everyone. It's
Mm-hmm.
sad because of the situation the world is in. There's this collective blame and shame towards themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's this like question of like she burped. That feels weird. Hmm. They always okay, everybody. They always run the fucking show, so we don't feel fucking shit. Like we're just like do 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 do. They run the show, Ribbon and Serenity. So Coulter, I just or Baylor and I, Baylor, Baylor, Coulter and I just kind of like picture us around a fucking campfire with some beers, and the girls are off doing their own thing, and that's what we're doing. But right now, you just have Coulter and I. Baylor. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Anyways, this sadness Um, that's where this it's just like this energy of Abby
Mm-hmm.
also grows our friendship just by me coming through and talking.
Oh, yay. I'm happy you're here then.
You better be.
Love your sass.
Rachel's like, what is she saying? She's like, yep, there's the attitude. It's that cocky attitude apparently I have. Don't have it, but whatever. Uh,
Mm, we could debate that.
it's like, it's Rachel. I'm like, he already knows he has it. Okay, he wants to kick me out. He's like, stop telling my secrets. Okay. Um, hold on. Mm. It's just Kobe. Coulter will come in later. We need to do a healing for the collective right now, Abby.
Let's do it.
Do an urgency, time, shame, blame, collective weight of darkness. Um, what else do we need?
Guilt?
Huh?
Guilt?
Yes. Guilt, abandonment,
Love that one.
hate, separation.
Sacrifice?
Yes. Division. Division and separation are different. You and Rachel need to go into that.
Mm,
Everyone get Lapis Lazuli, please.
how much? Any amount of lapis lazuli?
It's not for preparation, it's just get a crystal. Have
I know. Just a small one, or do you want a bigger one?
whatever you guys feel called to.
Okay. We can find Rachel and I can find an internally sourced retailer.
She has one here in Vegas.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. I mean, you guys can look into other ones, but she will, we don't know how to write Abby.
I
We
wrote
know
it for you.
we're texting her too, so she sees it. Because she doesn't, oh, she might get a little, she doesn't get mad. She just feels like she's failing you when she channels.
Oh, I love when you she channels.
But she doesn't remember anything, so she feels like she's not doing anything.
You're doing the most.
But she doesn't take it as she's doing the work because we're saying it. So she gives us the credit because she's just cool like that.
Oh,
So we're gonna do eternally source of the physical shop here in Vegas. Add to YouTube and Spotify. Link for them too. So they sell bath salts and oils. We'll check if they're eternally source approved or if you guys just should buy the crystals. No bath salts,
no oils,
no oils.
just crystals.
Rachel will need to throw all of her oils away. She's only got like 4. She doesn't use them. She just needs to throw them away.
I know. I will throw mine away today too.
Abby, someone's there with you.
Oh,
Grandpa.
that's what I thought. Tom? Larry? Oh, why is he here?
Did he serve in the military at all?
Mm-hmm.
What branch?
I don't know.
Okay, we can do a. Let me just do a collective. Whoever's fighting the war, whoever's in the service right now, let's do a collective healing for them. And let's remove the fear and anger and suppression and the division of families through that.
Mhm.
Let's restore unconditional love for their spouses
Oh,
and families. Let's release the weight of history from this world, please. Human is crying.
oh, this is a big
Solhera
one.
is learning emotions, everybody. This emotion is
Hi, Mom.
pain and grief.
Mm.
Oh, moon. This is Rachel's emotional support animal. He always comes and checks on her when she's crying. He's a
Oh.
little boy, aren't you? He's like, you're not Rachel. That's okay. Um,
What about you?
let's see what else. Do you see that gray hair she has? Tell her to get her hair done. She does it herself. She just needs to go get product.
Or have some more sex, right?
Not on Valor's account. She's not gonna like that on the podcast, but that's okay. If you guys have gray hair though, because it's a lack of sex, she's like, don't air my dirty laundry. Masturbating does not count either.
Nope.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Rachel. She's like, it's okay. Her face is getting really red. She's really embarrassed right now. That's okay. We love it. We're here for it. Anyways, okay. Um, Coulter wants to come through.
Let's bring him in.
One moment. Hmm. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. No one said hi back, Abby.
I said hi back.
Where's everybody else?
Is it just us now?
No, it's never just us. Oh, like me and you?
Hmm.
No, Kobe's here with me. I just have to deliver a message for Rachel that she would not put in the academy or in public because she was afraid of what the feedback would be. So I'm just here to deliver the message for everybody. And will you add this to the show notes, please?
Yes.
We want you guys to get some stocks. Also, invest in American funds for your retirement account. Abby, we're trying to find the messages she sent you. You guys text so much. Holy cow. They talk all day and they text all day. That's crazy. All right.
We have a list of shit to still talk about.
Oh, it's your life's work. It ain't going nowhere.
No,
You guys are in for the long run with them. Like, keep up. Don't put urgency on it, bitches.
I was just about to say,
Don't put urgency on it.
you
It's
want
also
me to?
because when we say keep up, it's like it's already done. You guys already know all the information that they put out there.
It's just remembering.
So you guys are gonna, yep, thank you, Abby. You guys are
Yeah.
gonna get stocks for Lockheed Martin from the New York Stock Exchange. It's LMT and Raytheon Technologies, RTX, now rebranded as RTX Corp. I don't know why Rachel is so scared to tell you guys that. She has nothing to worry about. Oh, you want to know what it is, bitches? Ribbon here. So, what Rachel's fucking scared about is she's like, well, she doesn't want people to look into stuff and be like, well, that's dark, that's dark, that's dark. Why would we invest in that? Because she's afraid of putting out the truth and people exiling her for it. So, she's working on the fear. It's not like she's inevitable from having it, but she does know that this work is putting out the truth and rewriting history and pretty much challenging everything that they have given out to you guys. And so it's hard for her to hold that capacity as a human to understand how big that is. And she knows that that is going to challenge a lot of things. And she knows a lot of conspiracy theories are out there. And she's not here to deliver conspiracy theories, she's here to deliver the truth. And she holds that weight of telling the truth. That is her whole life's work. This bitch can't lie. She tells the truth, nothing but the truth. um, so yeah, so get those stocks if you can. We just wanted to share that publicly, and they can use their discernment if they want to share more publicly or not. If you guys have any interests, you guys can also send in or add comments for them to eternally source check different stocks or different companies that you may or may not want to invest in, and they will do that for you. Um, right now, they will eternally source check for the collective. So whatever they put out here is just for the collective. You can eternally source check if it's for you individually or not. If you have one that you want them to check, um, they will check for you on a individual level and on a collective level.
Yes.
Yes. So that's all I needed to say. I'll let um, I'll let Serenity come in and do the healing with Kobe. So see you in a bit.
Hi, Ribbon.
Oh, it's Coulter now. Ribbon just wanted to say,
I was wondering, I was like, usually she has a little more pizzazz in there.
yeah, Coulter came through pretty hard. Coulter was like, let's not be let's be neutral about it. Okay. Hi everyone.
Hi,
It's
Serenity.
it's just Serenity. Kobe can come in a minute. I'm like, everyone. Where the fuck have I been? But that's okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Serenity. I'm Rachel's eternal self. I'm a lot more confident than she is, but she'll get there.
She's working on it. We're all working on it.
She's showing up. I'm proud of her. She just is really hard on herself. Really fucking hard on herself. And she's really hungry. um, but yeah, so she wants to do this healing. Um, how far in are we on this recording?
I don't remember when we started. We're probably like 2 hours in.
Okay. I'm like, why doesn't it show it on here?
I don't know. It's really annoying. I need to start a timer on my phone for us moving forward.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Um, so for this, we'll bring humans in and eternal selves in. Actually, Collective wants to ask me questions about me. Why? What do you guys want to know? More nicer than Abby. I mean, Ribbon. Abby's pretty fucking nice. Ribbon, she's my main bitch. She's my main squeeze. Ribbon, she. It's kind of funny. Rachel and Abby are opposites, like Serenity and Ribbon are. Um, Rachel kind of takes Ribbon's place as a human, and Abby kind of takes Serenity's place as a human. So
Oh,
funny how that works. There might be a reason, there might not be. Maybe you guys will dig into it.
maybe to help each other embody our eternal selves, huh?
Exactly what you guys fucking do. Yep. Good job.
That's why it's important to find that.
Yeah. Well, and that's why everyone in here has an eternal. Well, everyone that watches this and listens to this consistently has an eternal. Well, everyone does. Everyone does. It's not if you're listening to this or not. It's just whether you choose the timeline or not. Abby, what do these listeners? We want to say bitches, but some people don't like that word. But we do. What do these bitches want to know about me?
Where did you come from?
Solhera.
What questions do you hear?
We don't hear questions.
And how do you know there are questions?
That's a good question. I don't know. Rachel just says there's questions.
What questions does Rachel hear?
Ask Abby.
Are you fully integrated into Rachel?
You get more specific?
How often is Rachel Serenity and how often is Rachel Rachel?
Yes.
Just a yes to that?
Mm-hmm.
So you're fully embodied, integrated?
Yes, but it's like levels to it because Rachel holds the embodiment of conscious and unconscious, individual, collective, and global feelings. So she feels all of that as well. So as the more the earth heals, or the more you guys shift into eternal timelines, the more she heals.
Mm.
That's why this work is very, very important to her.
When other people integrate their eternal selves, are they going to switch between theirs, human and Solhera, like you do?
No,
Why does Rachel then?
but she's eternal source. She's the one that teaches everyone how to do this.
Oh,
So she's the one that gets to learn for all of you guys. So she goes through it. You guys don't have to go through it. I mean, you guys go through it, but not like the way she fucking did. But she doesn't like to talk about everything she went through because she doesn't want to come from a victim dark mindset because she's already transmuted it. So she gets to teach you guys how to transmute it. But she also sets the boundary of like if you're in like a victim mindset or a lack mindset or a dark mindset, she'll ignore you, Abby, because she knows how to set a boundary to make sure you step up into integration with your eternal self to get you to where you want to be and how you're meant to serve this world. But she feels like she lacks compassion in that because she's done so much work to get herself to where she is today. And she doesn't want to feel like she has to hide, or not hide, but like she doesn't want to feel like she has to share everything she's been through to help people integrate. get them to where they want to be. Because it's like once you access information, it's like you've already been through it. You've already experienced it. So you remember. Now you get to alchemize it and transmute it, not sit in it and try to fix it because it already happened. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. I
I know
understand
this is
that.
a podcast episode, but it's kind of turning into a therapy session.
I know. Um, are there more questions?
Let's do two more and then we can bring in Kobe for the healing.
Hmm. Did you choose Rachel or did Rachel choose you?
I chose her.
So have you been with her in all lifetimes?
Yes. But she also chose me. She created us. She's eternal, she's literally eternity itself.
Why did she create Silhara then?
Unity, unconditional love, light, joy, while also understanding and integrating
Mhm.
and um and we need to figure out how to Moon wants Rachel to come back. We need to figure out how to translate this though, Moon. um it's like, she spent so much time with Hades
Mm-hmm.
because she came here to help Hades transmute back to light, not understanding what that would have entailed. So she has spent so much time with darkness, and she doesn't want eternity to be separation of light and dark. There's no hell. So can you have Rachel explain eternity, please, for people?
Mm-hmm.
Moon wants her to come back.
Are we gonna do the clearing or the healing?
But have her explain eternity to people first, because I don't know how to translate it alone.
Okay.
Okay, I'll bring her back. Thank you, Abby. Bye, everybody. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, my cat's puking. That's not fun. How long was I gone for?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
But hold on. So Serenity wanted you to explain eternity for everybody.
In what aspect?
She was just struggling to explain like what
Let
you
me let me ask her. Oh, okay. So in the Bible, in the Christian Bible, I grew up Christian. In the Christian Bible, it talks about how there is heaven and hell. And so with eternity, um, essentially what eternity is, I think we talked about this in the academy. So essentially, how do you want me to describe this? In the Bible, there's light and then there's dark. There's heaven and there's hell. The whole Bible, someone's asking, is it accurate or not? There are parts of the Bible that are accurate when it comes to books. I don't know if I mentioned this in the academy or in the previous episode. All movies and TV shows are truth. All books are both light and dark, both um, lies and truth. So that includes the Bible. So there are parts of the Bible that are accurate, and there are parts of the Bible that are infiltrated with not so light intentions, um, and are depicted in a way to cause separation on a global level. So a lot of people in the Christian religion have a lot of issues with the hypocrisy and the he said, she said, or the fake, or um, how can you be Christian and live the life and make the decisions you make, yada yada. Just kind of the energy of like, excuse me, just like, oh, you go to church on Sundays, but like you're cheating on your husband on a Wednesday, like kind of stuff like that. When it comes to eternity, I always thought so. Like when I was little, I was like, how do we just fucking live one fucking life and then we go to heaven or hell? Like it just doesn't make sense. It never made sense to me on a human level. And so the more I've gotten into this work, the more I've realized it's so much bigger. Like for some reason, I don't know like why like I know our bodies will change, especially integrating like eternal selves. Like you have 12 strands of DNA rather than two strands of DNA. You have different chakras. I mean, you have different chakras than what they give you on a human level. But it's also like, where was I just at, Abby?
Explaining how our bodies are going to change.
Oh, so it's like I don't know why I had this visualization of just like it's like I could see eternity, but I could never see myself in eternity, which would make sense of like Serenity sharing with you guys that I am eternity itself. So I can see eternity, but I never like physically saw the 3D physical form of what I was in eternity. But I always tell people like we're living in eternity now. So then I kind of dove down that rabbit hole, and it's like if I'm living in eternity now, this is what my body is now. It's not always going to be the same. We're always changing, yada yada yada. But then it was like I kind of dove deeper into that, and then it was like, okay, so if we're in eternity now, then this is what eternity looks like. And although it's way more expansive than just what Earth is, it's literally the infinite um, just expression of everything. Like it's all timelines, it's all paradigms, realities, parallels, worlds, like all of it is existing at once. So it's like if it's all existing at once, why would it why like and then it was like I transmute things to light, but I transmute things to light if I go down the rabbit hole or want to work through it or if someone comes to me. But I don't go fishing and looking for things to transmute to light to just transmute to light. So I was like, okay. And then it was also like, I don't want to carry the burden or have the burden on me to have like the mission of transmuting everything to light because that's overwhelming. And I don't want to have that responsibility to do that for everything and everyone when people may not even choose that or want that.
Mm-hmm.
So to take accountability and responsibility for myself and my mission and what I want to bring to this earth and expand into like everything. And that's why I want to bring the truth to the public in relation to what eternity is and what like the truth is. um it's it's this it's this energy of like it's so they talk about duality and they talk about non-duality. And I don't like non-duality because it gives that like energy of like it's just all one. And although it is all one, we still have light and dark. We still have masculine, feminine. We still have positive, negative. Like that's just all. And when you activate your eternal self, you remember all of that. So when it comes to being in eternity, and like if you go to eternal source, like if like it's just I want to come out of like I created, but I don't want to take the like credit for creating that, because it's like I can't logically on a human level like wrap my head around it or really like lean into accepting it. The fact that Serenity wanted to come on here and tell that publicly, it makes sense to me, but I also wasn't going to do this work until I was in my 60s, and I'm 27 20 I'm 26 right now. I'll be 27 in August. I can't wait to always say I'm 27. I mean, she's like, you already do, which I do. But I, the fact that I'm doing this work that I've known I've always wanted to do, and actually doing it right now, and actually doing it publicly right now, um, is just really, really cool. But it's just like when I think of eternity and I think of the evolution of where we're going, it's like, why would we want to transmute everything into like Solhera wants to Solhera is eternity. We are humans. It's like I wanted to create something to where they could integrate human emotions with. Does eternal source needs to come through?
And to explain?
Yeah. Because even as a human, I'm like, I don't fucking know how to explain this. I mean, I can
Oh,
try. Let me bring eternal source through and see if they want to kick me out or just talk. Mm, okay, they're gonna kick me out.
okay.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
So I'm Eternal Source, and I'm glad you guys figured out to bring me in to explain this because, yeah, human rage is like, what the shit? What are we doing here? How do we explain this? How is this my life right now? Like, why am I talking about this? So yeah, so Eternity. So essentially, what Rachel wanted to do was pretty much she was like, okay, she was on Earth, and it hasn't always been called Earth. It won't always be called Earth. Each world war has pretty much been an ascension into a new Earth, um, or a new world, whatever you guys want to call it. Um, it's essentially the same thing, but not at the same time. Um, when it comes to Rachel has a train coming by, so sorry if it's a little loud. Um, when it comes to, I can explain it. I just want to make sure you guys, as a collective who are listening to this, understand it as well. Um, can you hear the train?
Only a little bit.
Only a little bit. Okay, it's just really loud, so we just want to make sure that. So. So, let's see how you guys would best be able to. Rachel didn't like that as a human, you have all this pain and light that, like, you integrate masculine and feminine energy. Like, you know how they talk about how um, there's like a point whatever chance of you even being on Earth as a human, and like you're the luckiest soul if you're on like human Earth. Well, Rachel was like even though that's true, that's why there's these other species that want to integrate within humans. But Rachel didn't want it to be a heaven and hell. She wanted it to be everything. So instead of separating the dark and separating the light, she integrates it and transmutes it. Rachel has never been dark. She has worked with dark. she has not worked with dark, like she hasn't done like intentional like dark work, but a lot of her history in past lives and worlds has been trying to, like, her job literally is to transmute dark into light. And so that's what she has done in every single lifetime, and has tried to bring the truth to light. She has learned how to successfully do that in this lifetime, which has brought us to eternity. And so there's this picture of eternity that is just like, oh, you'll come to eternity and be reunited with your family, and um, you'll never have to worry about darkness again, and yada yada yada. Well, Rachel's like, what's the fun in that? She's literally like, what's the fun in that? Like, how can you have just light? And it's because she has, there's always, from her remembrance and what she has access to right now, she has always remembered darkness. So she doesn't even know if it's possible to get to a place where everything is completely light.
Mm.
You may not even want it to. So there is a world where if you guys wanted to choose all light, that is possible. Everything is possible. Anything can be created. But at this point right now, Rachel's like, well, eternity, aren't we just teaching people how to alchemize into their eternal self? Solhera, like, she's dug into Solhera and is like, okay, if you're eternity and you want to integrate into the humans to help bring human evolution into eternity, that meant Solhera needed to learn about the dark. So they've been with Rachel the whole time. They've been here on Earth the whole time. All of you guys have an eternal self, and that's where free will comes in, if you want to choose eternal self or not. So, with that, it's like, if you wanted to create a world of all light, you guys can do that, but it's not like necessary. But Rachel's like sole core mission is to transmute dark to light. But you know how she talks about time and dimensions and it all happening at once? How can she transmute all of that at once? If you're 3D level, there's always going to be dark in some capacity, isn't there? So her thing is like, why would, and that's another thing. One thing she hates about church is that they prey on people who are in their darkest and lowest to transmute to being a Christian and being all light and going to God and yada yada yada. It's like, why would she want to make anyone feel like they have to be all light to experience eternity?
Mm.
So why do we look at eternity as all light when it can be everything? Eternity is everything. Eternity in
Mm.
the Bible is not what eternity is. That's not truth. Eternity is everything, acceptance of everything, honoring and witnessing and alchemizing and transmuting everything. She sees the dark. She won't put pressure on transmuting the dark into light. But if you want to transmute the dark into light, she knows how to do it. She can teach you how to do it. So that's what the work is here. Eternity isn't just heaven or hell. Eternity isn't just you'll be with God. No, what is God? God isn't real. God is something you guys can pray to, and they can take your light and feed off of them. Careful who you're praying to, and careful what you wish for. So when it comes to eternity, let's shift the mindset of you're going to heaven or hell, and let's integrate it all together and shift evolution and change evolution so you guys can get to the truth and remembrance, and you guys can, like, it's fun with movies. She talks about movies and how she creates movies. Well, I don't know if she talks about how she created movies in the podcast, but has she? Sorry, guys. Sorry, Rachel. But with movies, you look at movies, everything is true in movies. So she created movies as a game to help you guys access levels. Sorry, can you hear that?
Just a little bit.
One moment. It's really loud.
Someone doesn't want you talking, huh?
It's not that. It's more of this energy of like, thank you. Thank you for getting the truth out because the world needs to hear this.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Can you guys look in the trains at some point?
Yes.
It's like the wheels of the trains on the tracks for some reason. It's not like it's like how the underneath like the part of like the train part and then there's the track, the wheels. I don't know how.
Yes.
Look into that part. So essentially with eternity and evolution, eternal evolution, the evolution part is rewriting history, shifting history. They have questions about that.
Rewriting history or shifting evolution?
So it's kind of like this energy of like, what is even evolution? How did we begin? Well, why do we ask? Why do we need to know? Do we need to know?
Do we need to know?
No. It's just infinite. It doesn't exist. There's no beginning, there's no end. That's eternity. So why do you need to know if there's like why can't you just access new truth and new it's just kind of like get to the truth, access the truth. And that's what Rachel does. She digs for truth. She brings light. I mean, she transmutes dark into light, but in reality, it's digging for the truth. And so a lot of the work that you guys do and whoever's listening is really activating truth and soul remembrance and resonance within you guys to ask questions, to challenge, to know you guys are creators. And you don't need to use the word God. But you are you are the creator. There's a movie. It's a really, really good movie. Rachel loves it. I think it's called literally like The Creator. Yeah. It's a 2023 sci-fi action 2-hour 13-minute movie. I think it's on Hulu. Oh, it says Prime Video on here for like $4, but
Hmm.
uh,
Never even heard of it.
yeah, it's really. I mean, it's really intense, but it's really really good. Um, but yeah, do you hear any questions, Abby?
Why did we evolve, or why do we age and evolve?
Why do you age?
Mm-hmm.
Microbites. Why do you evolve?
Mm-hmm.
Creation.
So aging has negative intent.
Yes, but we also it's like we it's like you guys choose. Mm, that's not an eternal thing. That's a human thing. Can I bring Rachel back in?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm back. Was I gone long?
20 minutes?
Okay, that's not bad. I'm just trying to gauge how tired I'm gonna be after this. When I channel, I just get fucking exhausted after. Um, Even though I'm just like, I don't even know what you guys talked about, but I'm just like, usually I'll get like super tired and like take a fat nap after.
After we do.
Yeah.
So, question came up on does aging have negative intent that we wanted you to answer because it's a human thing.
Okay, does aging have negative intent?
Because Necrovites invented aging.
Yes, but I wanna know why, because it's like, is that a contract to come to Earth?
That you will age.
No, that necrovites, like, are necrovites a part of the Earth contract?
Oh, of the world itself or
Hmm.
person by person?
World itself.
Oh,
No? Okay. Um,
do I need to clear though?
okay, let's both clear. For the clearing, what I did was just clear rituals, sacrifices, transmortals. Same thing as earlier, everything. You can do that after you channel as well. Um, Usually when I channel, well, what I just did, I did more of like what I taught you guys with the vault, just because I was channeling so much and there were so many different people channeling through me. So kind of just any energy that wasn't mine or came through during that, I just cleared. Um, okay.
I still don't think it's part of Earth's contract.
Okay. No, I don't think it is either. I just need to figure out why. Um, so what I'm getting, it's like it can't be that simple. Because it never is. It's crystal. I see it. Expressions.
Yep.
Oh, caught it. Okay, so what I'm getting is like when we're babies, we obviously don't have the control of what we can put in our bodies, but as we grow, it's like we intuitively know, and it's kind of like Solhera's with us when we're kids. So it's like there's people out there that say your kids are reflections from like 0 to 7. Well, in reality, they're just telling you the truth and trying to help you. They're not
Mhm.
reflections. They just want your help, or they want. It's like if you like with your kids, especially 0 to 7, they're pretty much telling you the truth and the answers. So you may see it as trying to protect them. Well, they're coming onto Earth with all this soul resonance and remembrance. So when they talk about subconscious and conscious programming, that is it's real to an extent. That's another thing we'll have to fucking dive into at some point is unconscious and conscious mind. Um, but there's like this level of the necrovites conditioning you into believing you have a conscious and conscious and subconscious mind. On an internal level, you do not have a conscious and subconscious mind. Um, I'm gonna have to. I will record a healing for you guys and put it as a separate one for you guys. I know you guys had talked about doing that. I'm way too tired to continue. Don't think I have the capacity to do a healing right now. But if I have time, I will get on here and record for you guys. But just to kind of wrap this up,
And if you don't want to record it too, we can let them know what it is that or that you did it.
no, the collective's gonna want to hear it.
Okay, that's cool.
I did ask if I could just do it on my own, and I
Mhm.
did get a yes. But I asked, would the collective be okay if I just did it on my own, and I said no, and I got a no. So they want to hear it. So I want to put that out for you guys, and I will put that out for you guys. I will just do it when I have a more like more of the capacity to do that for you guys. And it'll also give me a chance to look at the notes so I know what I'm doing for the healing. Because I'm like, what am I doing? Like I like they've sent me information. So I will send up information for them while I'm channeling, and they'll send down information for me to remember. So when it comes to um like for example in our academy we have so much like content. Um and what I tell people, and what we need to start telling people in the academy is, um, whenever you are listening to something, there are people out there that are like, listen to this 3 or 4 times. If you literally set the intent for your eternal self to absorb and remember and resonate and integrate all of it within your fucking body, it's already there. And it'll literally, whenever you need access to information or anything, it'll fucking come up when it needs to. Like, don't worry
That's
about
good
it.
advice.
Don't fucking worry about it. Like I could listen to this podcast. Like, I probably will never listen to anything I put out there because it's like it's already within me, and if it needs to come up, it'll come up. And so whatever we've talked about in this podcast, you're already in, like, it's already within you, it's already integrated in you. So when it comes to the aging, is that what we're talking about, aging?
Hmm.
Well, I'll look more into it, but what I'm getting is just it's like unmasking the truth and releasing necrophytes and archonic consciousness and all that, and integrating eternal self and all of that fun stuff really strips you down from all the lies and everything that they've told you, um, to be able to start healing your body in a way that helps you stop aging. So I don't think it's not something that happened. And when Eternal Source says that it is a human thing, it is, because on other worlds and realities and stuff, you don't age. Like, if you want to become something, you just become it. Like, there's no physical lag, if that makes sense. It just, if you want to be like a 12-year-old girl with like fucking bat wings, you can't. I don't know why you did bat wings. I like see like some green bat wings on my back and then like little like cat ears or something up here. But like if that's what you wanted to become, like you could just instantly become it. So on a physical human level, like we can't do that, and that's something Solhera wants us to be able to integrate and learn at some point. But yeah, so I'll start there. We'll go into aging at some point, just because that it's not something that I have really even
We
cared
barely
to
dived
think about
into it.
or really dive into. But I know a lot of you guys will be like, will want to. I can hear, well, I'm like 45. I want to, well, my dad's 60 and his eternal age is like 47. So,
We'll go back.
yeah. So you can go back and, yeah. My dad's more like in shape now than he was 20 years ago. So, I mean, it makes sense that his eternal age is 47 when he's 60 now. So, and I'm also getting like, just take the pressure off of age and like remove the fear of like you're gonna grow old and die. That's not fun. Let's make
Oh,
it like we'll figure it out together, you guys. We'll figure it out. I'm like, I wish I had all the answers right now. I think there's a lot I don't have access to, and that's part of healing my body right now as well. Um, and I'm like, and I'm excited for 27 and actually turning 27 because if that's my like eternal age, then like I'm like, I need to figure out the aging thing pretty quick. So maybe, so maybe we'll
that'll
dive
be
into it for August 24th for you guys.
the summer of aging.
Summer of aging.
That'll be our summer topic.
Oh, I like that. Okay, let's do it. All right, so I think we're gonna wrap up this episode. I want to say I will get the healing out by Friday, but we will get the healing out
When it comes out.
when it comes out. When it's pretty massive though, so it like there's it's not that there's urgency on it. It's just there's like it needs to be done for healing. So it'll probably come out pretty soon.
Yeah, and it might be, is it two or one?
Healings? I just hear there's always fucking healings to be done, Rachel. For this,
Not maybe two, 3 months. Just
just
one? Okay, we're just adding them together. Okay, cool.
for this one. Yeah. So I'll look at the notes, you guys, and then we'll go from there. And then I will will upload the videos and all that stuff for you guys.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Alrighty. Thank you guys.